So welcome to all of you. Now we'll go to the next chapter of the calculus, that is the sequence. So what do you mean by a sequence? A sequence of real numbers is a function defined on the set of the natural number n, whose range is the subset of the set of the real number r. Okay, so that means the sequence is the function from n to r, natural number to real number. So that means the domain of the sequence is the natural number. Domain of the sequence is the natural number. The sequences are denoted by capital X or this xn or this. Okay, so these are the notation of the sequence. Okay, so now this sequence is what 1 1 1 1. So that means this is a constant sequence. This is a constant sequence, and the constant sequence is always convergent, and that converges to 1. Okay, so just we are revising, that means you are familiar with what do you mean by convergent and divergent and something like this. Okay, so this is what a constant sequence. So this is convergence to 2. This is constant sequence is convergent and converges to 2. Okay, so every constant sequence is convergent. Okay, so limit of the sequence is what? So let x is equal to xn be a sequence of real numbers. A real number n is set with limit of the sequence xn if for given epsilon greater than 0 there exists a natural number k such that mod of xn minus n is less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to k. Okay, so this is the limit. This is the limit of a sequence. Definition of a limit of a sequence. Okay, so I have seen number of problems on the limit of the sequence. So this is what one thing is what the important points we discuss here. So we'll write this as limit n tends to infinity, xn is equal to n. Okay, so that means what, if the limit is exist, we are saying that xn is converges to n. If limit is exist, and then we are saying that xn is converges to n. So the important theorem is that if the limit of the sequence xn exists, then it is unique. It is unique. That means if limit is exist, then it is unique. So if a sequence has two limit point, then we are saying that the limit does not exist. We are saying that the limit does not exist. That means what, limit of a sequence is unique if it exists. Okay, and if limit is exist, then we are saying that xn is converges to n. Okay, so then next, limit n tends to infinity, 1 upon n is equal to 0. That means what, x is equal to sequence 1 by n is convergent and converges to 0. It is convergent. Note that what is 1 by n? The sequence 1 by n is what? 1, 1 half, 1 by 3, dot dot dot. That means this is decreases. This is decreases. So 1 by n is a decreasing sequence. 1 by n decreasing sequence. Suppose we have this limit n tends to infinity. We find some limit. So 3n plus 2 upon n plus 1. So now this is what, polynomial upon polynomial. So that means you have this sequence x, like this is what, 3n plus 2 upon n plus 1. 3n plus 2 upon n plus 1. So what happened for this? So we want to discuss the convergence or divergence of this sequence. Okay, so now see, this is what, a rational function. So what is the maximum degree of n is 1 now. So we divide and multiply by 30 by n. So this is what, to both numerator and denominator. So that means what, we are dividing by n to each term of the numerator and denominator, and we know that 1 upon infinity is 0. 1 upon infinity is 0. Okay, so this is what, 1 upon infinity. So this is what, 3 plus 0 upon 1 plus 0. So this is 3. That means this sequence is convergent and converges to 3 now. Okay. Next, limit n tends to infinity, 1 plus 3n upon 5n suppose. Again we can write this as the denominator is single. So we can write limit n tends to infinity as denominator is single. We can divide by this 5n plus 3 upon 5. Okay. So limit of constant is constant, and 1 upon this is what 1 upon infinity. So this is 0 plus 3 by 5. So this is what 3 by 5. So that means this sequence is convergent and converges to 3 by 5. Converges to 3 by 5. Okay. Now suppose we have the sequence n raised to 8 plus 7 n raised to 5 plus 6 n minus 1, something like this. So n raised to 8 3 n raised to 8 plus 7 n raised to 6 plus 1, suppose. Okay. So we'll find the limit n tends to infinity. So if limit exists, then that sequence is convergent. Okay. So now this is what limit n tends to infinity. Again, this is a polynomial. Degree of the numerator and denominator is same. So then what, you are dividing by n to the power 8 to all the terms. So plus 7 n to the power 3 plus 6 n to the power 7 minus n raised to 8 upon 3 plus 7 n square plus 1 upon n raised to 8. Okay. So we are dividing by n to the power 8 to all the terms of the numerator and denominator. So now this is 0 0 0. So numerator is 1. So this is 3. Okay. So now see here, this is 1 is here, and this 3 is here. So that means what, the value of this one is what, coefficient of numerator is what, numerator is nothing but the coefficient of the maximum power of n is here. That means n to the power 8 upon coefficient of n to the power 8. The limit of this one is what, easily you can do this one without finding all those things, without doing anything. So we can treat this as a 1 by 3. So this sequence is convergent and converges to 1 by 3 now here. Okay. Now one thing you should note that if 0 is less than x less than 1, so less than 1, strictly less than 1, then limit n tends to infinity, xn is always 0. So that means what, limit n tends to infinity, 1 half to the power n is 0. Limit n to the power infinity, 1 by 3 to the power n is 0. Or 1 by 5, whatever this you take. This number, whatever the number inside is less than 1, so that is what, 0 then. Okay. So now this is what, suppose this is what, 3 to the power n. Now this diverges to infinity. This is not a convergent. 3 to the power n is not convergent. This limit is what, infinity. So it converges to infinity. It is divergent. So that means what, if it is not convergent, if your sequence is not convergent, then maybe oscillates or maybe divergent. Divergent and oscillates or divergent. Okay. That means what, if a sequence is not convergent, means what, it is oscillates or divergent. Suppose you have to find limit n tends to infinity, 1 upon root of n plus 7. So now see here, 1 upon infinity. So this is 0 now. But here what, 1 plus 7, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3. Even though if you take limit n tends to infinity, 1 upon root n also. This is also 0. Here you may take any number, n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 7, n plus 9. That limit is 0. So this is not 1 upon infinity. So this is 0. So from this, okay. Now, suppose this is the sequence now. This is what, minus 1 raised to n upon n plus 1. So minus 1 is there. What happened for n is even now? So for even, this is what, n upon n plus 1. For even, it is n upon n plus 1. And for odd, so this is even. Okay. For odd, this is minus 1. Okay. Now we take a limit n tends to infinity now. You take limit. Now see here, degree is same. So one value is what here? Degree is same now here. So numerator is what? From the coefficient of n from the numerator upon coefficient of n from the denominator. Both are the one. That means this is 1. This limit is 1. Or you can divide by n to both numerator and denominator. So this is what? Then this is what? Minus 1 upon 1. So this is minus 1. That means odd, for odd number, this is minus 1, and for even it is 1. So that means what here? For this sequence has two limits, 1 and minus 1. But they are the finite number. These are the finite. That means what? This sequence is divergent, is not convergent. So this is divergent because it has two limits. So we can say this is what oscillates finitely. This oscillates finitely because 1 and minus 1 are the limit point, and my 1 and minus 1 are finite. So that means this sequence is divergent and it is oscillates finitely. So if a is greater than 0, then limit n tends to infinity 1 upon 1 plus na is 0. This is what whatever this a positive negative doesn't matter. This is 1 upon infinity is 0. 1 upon infinity is 0. Now what happens for xn is equal to 1 plus minus 1 raised to n. 1 plus minus 1 raised to n. So what happens is this is equal to if n is even, if n is first we will take odd. If n is odd, then this is minus 1, this is 0 for odd. For n odd. If n is even, then this is 2. Then this is 2. Then this is 2. Okay. So this is 0 2 0 2 0 2 0 2 something like values like this 0 2 0 2 0 2 0 2. So that means what? So it has two limit points 0 and 2. That means this is not a convergent sequence. This is not a convergent sequence. But it is not convergent means it is divergent. And these are the two limit points. They are the finite. That means it oscillates finitely. It oscillates finitely. So limit n tends to infinity n upon n square plus 1. Now see, this is polynomial. Degree of the denominator is higher than the degree of numerator, then this value is 0. Degree of the denominator is higher than the degree of the numerator, then this value is directly, you can write this as a 0 now. Okay. This is also limit n tends to infinity minus 1 raised to n upon n square plus 1. N square plus 1. So again you can see this for even this is minus n upon n square plus 1 for odd. Okay, for n odd, and for even this is n upon n square plus 1. This is what n even, for n even. Now see here, whatever this is tends to 0, this also tends to 0. For even terms goes to 0, odd terms also goes to 0. That means what? This is 0. This is what? 0. So one thing you should remember that if c is greater than 0, then limit n tends to infinity, c to the power 1 by is equal to 1. That means what here? Limit n tends to infinity, 2 raised to 1 by n is 1. 2 raised to 1 by n is 1. Okay. So even though here you can take 3, you can take 4, you can take 5, you can take 6, anything. Okay. So also one thing is that limit n tends to infinity 1 upon ln of n plus 1. This is what ln means, log of this one. Okay. So this is also 0. This is also, because what log infinity is not defined actually. So this is what? 0. This is also 0. So note that this. Then limit n tends to infinity 1 upon n minus 1 upon n plus 1. This is 0. 0 minus 0. This is 0. Okay. So limit n tends to infinity root of n square plus 1 minus n. How to find this limit? You have to divide and multiply by this. Okay. N plus 1 plus n. And if you do this, what happens then? Limit n tends to infinity. What is that? This is what? N square plus 1 minus n square upon root of n plus 1 plus n. N square. Okay. This denominator is n square. Okay. Now this n square can cancel. And here what? Your denominator it contains n. Only the denominator contains n. So that means this is 0. So this is 0. That means what? Limit n tends to infinity, n square plus 1 minus n is 0. Is 0. So just we have seen that limit n tends to infinity 1 upon 3n. Okay, so this is nothing but limit n tends to infinity. This is what 1 by 3 to the power n. Okay, 1 by 3 to the power n. So 1 by 3 is less than 1, so this number is 0. Okay, so next limit n tends to infinity. So you should remember this 2 raised to n upon n factor. This limit is also 0. You should remember this. Okay, so this is 0. Now, what do you mean by bounded sequence? Bounded sequence. Okay, let x is equal to xn be a sequence of real number. Be a sequence of real numbers. Okay, it is said to be bounded. It is said to be bounded if there exists m belongs to R such that if there exists m belongs to R plus, okay, m belongs to R plus, that means the positive number m belongs to R plus such that this is very important, mod of xn less than or equal to, we'll say this is capital M, okay, capital M. This is very important for all n belongs to n, not for some, okay. So every number should be the less than, mod of every number should be the less than m. Okay, so there exists a positive number m, that means there exists a m greater than 0. This is what positive means, what m greater than 0. There exists a real number capital M greater than 0 such that mod of xn minus is less than or equal to m, maybe strictly or maybe less than or equal to, doesn't matter this, for all n. This is very important, for all n, not for some n. Okay, and the very important thing is what, very important result is what, every convergent sequence is bounded. Every convergent sequence of real number is bounded. Every convergent sequence of real number is bounded. This result is very, very important. Another thing is that there will be important result what? Suppose x is equal to xn converges to x, y is equal to yn converges to y, okay, then okay, so let C belong to R, okay, then x plus y converges to x plus y, x into y converges to x into y, C into x is converges to cx, and if y not equal to 0, then x upon y converges to x upon y. Okay, so there is the condition only, y not equal to 0, then that will be the convergent. If this condition is not there, then it will not convergent. Okay, so then it is not convergent. You take the care of this y not equal to 0 for this. Okay, so that means what, if the sequence xn is convergent to 7 and this is convergent to 5, then this is convergent to 12, this is convergent to 12, this is convergent to 35, this is convergent, suppose twice x now, this is convergent to 2 into 7, that is 14, this is convergent to 14. Okay, so now here y not equal to 0, then this is convergent to 7 by 5, because this is not convergent to 0, so that means what here, this is 7 by 5, x upon y is also convergent to 7 by 5. Okay, so this is the application of this. Okay, the sum product, that is algebra of the sequence then. So this is the quiz theorem. This is very important. Quiz theorem. Quiz theorem. The quiz theorem is what? Suppose x is equal to xn, y is equal to yn, z is equal to zn are sequences of real number such that xn is less than equal to yn is less than equal to zn is less than equal to zn, and limit n tends to infinity xn is equal to limit n tends to infinity zn. So xn and zn have the same limit. Xn and zn are convergent to the same limit. Then yn is also convergent to the same limit. Then limit n tends to infinity yn is also exist, and limit n tends to infinity. Suppose this is n. Then limit n tends to infinity yn is equal to n. This is also n. This is the quiz theorem. Okay. Now the sequence sequence x is equal to n. This is divergent. Because limit n tends to infinity, n is infinity. Similarly, this n square is also divergent. N cube, this is also divergent. N square, n cube, they are the divergent. Okay, because n tends to infinity, it tends to infinity also. So if your xn is like this, 1 upon 1 upon n plus 1 square plus 1 upon n plus 2 square plus dot 1 upon n plus 1 square. This also convergent and converges to 0. This is convergent by 0. Okay. So now x is equal to sin n upon n. Sin n upon n. This is converges to 0. Note that this is not converges to 1, because you are saying that limit n tends to infinity. N tends to infinity, sin n upon n is 1. N is 0. This is what? This sequence is converges to 0. Limit n tends to 0, sin n upon n is 1. So note that this is what? 0 now. So one thing is also what? Xn is equal to n upon 2 raised to n. N upon 2 raised to n. Okay. So this is also tends to 0. Note that this is tends to 0. That means this is convergent and converges to 0. Similarly, minus 1 by n to the power n is also converges to 0. Minus 1 by n to the power n is also converges to 0. X is equal to 2 raised to n. This is divergent. This is what? Divergent. We have already discussed divergent. Okay. Similarly, 3 raised to n is also divergent. Okay. 4 raised to n is also divergent. They are the divergent. Xn is equal to n square upon n plus 1. N square upon n plus 1. Now degree of the numerator is greater than degree of the denominator. If degree of the denominator is greater than the degree of the denominator, then it tends to 0. Now here degree of numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, so it tends to infinity. It tends to infinity. That means this is a divergent sequence, not convergent sequence. Okay. So now limit n tends to infinity, minus 1 raised to n upon n plus 2. See, for what happened for this one, we'll check this. Okay. So minus 1 raised to n is there, even an odd is there. So for odd number, This is minus 1 upon n plus 1. This is tends to 0 because your denominator is n, numerator don't contain the this. Okay. For this one what 1 plus n even. So odd also tends to 0, even also tends to 0. So that means what? This limit is 0. This limit is 0. Okay. Then limit n tends to infinity, root n minus 1 upon root n plus 1. Okay, root n is there. You can divide by root n to each term of the numerator and denominator. So what we get then? From numerator we get 1, from denominator we get 1. Coefficient of root n now. Right? So coefficient of root n from the numerator, coefficient of root n from the denominator. So this is 1. That means this value is 1. Now, suppose this xn is a sequence minus 1 raised to n square now. What happened? If odd, then this is minus n square. Tends to minus infinity then. Tends to minus infinity. And this is what? N square positive. Then this tends to plus infinity. That means what? This is oscillate infinitely. Oscillates infinitely. Because for even also minus infinity and infinity plus infinity. So that means it oscillate, because the oscillate means what? Two different limits. Oscillate means that two different limits, and the limits are not finite, therefore it is called infinitely. So this oscillates infinitely means it is not convergent. Okay. So that means this is divergent. Not convergent means divergent. For in terms of oscillates, it is oscillates, and oscillate infinitely. This is the meaning of this one. Okay. So one thing is very important, that increasing sequence and decreasing sequence. Okay. So x is equal to xn be a sequence of real number. Be a sequence of real numbers. If x1 like this, x4 like this, okay, then we say that the sequence xn is increasing. See, the terms are going on increasing, so the sequence is said to be increasing. Okay, so if x1 is greater than x2, then x3 dot dot dot, then we are saying that what? Xn is decreasing. Now suppose we'll take some examples. Xn is equal to n now. Okay, xn is equal to n. So this is what is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is what? Increasing sequence. This is the increasing sequence. Suppose the sequence xn is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, something like this. This is the sequence. So this is strictly increasing sequence. This is increasing. This is just increasing sequence. This is the strictly increasing sequence, and this is what? Increasing sequence. Okay. Now suppose xn is equal to 1 upon n. Then this is what? 1, 1/2, 1/3, dot dot dot. Now what happened here? The values are decreasing. So this is what? Decreasing sequence. 1 upon n is a decreasing sequence. If you take this is 1 upon n plus 1. Okay, this is convergent, note that 1 upon n, this is the convergent sequence, converges to 0, but this is a decreasing sequence. 1 upon n plus 1 is also convergent sequence, it is converges to 0, and this is what? Decreasing, because denominator is greater, then what? Value of n increases, the value of this 1 upon n plus 1 is decreases. So this is a decreasing sequence. This is even though n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 6, 1 upon twice n, something like this, twice n, or this is what? 1 upon n square plus 1. They are all decreasing sequence. These are all decreasing sequence. So monotone sequence. If a sequence is increasing or decreasing, monotone sequence. monotone sequence means what? A sequence which is either increasing or decreasing is called monotone sequence. A sequence which is either increasing or decreasing is called monotone sequence. Monotone sequence is called monotone sequence. Okay. So monotone convergence theorem is that monotone convergence theorem. Okay, so this is very important. Monotone convergence theorem. Okay, if S is a sequence. Okay, we'll say instead of S, we'll say X. X is equal to XL. XL is bounded increasing sequence. Is bounded increasing sequence. Then it converges to its supremum. Monotone convergence theorem is what? If it is bounded increasing. So that means what? It converges to supremum. And X is bounded decreasing. Then it converges to its infimum. This is the monotone convergence theorem. The sequence is decreasing means this is the lower bound, right? So the lower bound means it is infimum, and sequence is increasing means it is upper bound. Because what? Bounded increasing sequence is always bounded below. Increasing sequence is always bounded below, and decreasing sequence is always bounded above. Because all numbers are less than that number. Okay, all numbers are less than the first term. So that means first term is the bigger. So that is what here. All the terms are less than that number. So that means what here? Here what? Decreasing sequence, it is always bounded above. Decreasing sequence is always bounded above, and increasing sequence is always bounded below. Okay, so note that this. This is very important there. Limit n tends to infinity. An is equal to 0 if mod n less than 1. That means what? Minus half to the power n. That is also allowed. 1/2 we have seen. Okay. So mod a less than 1. Strictly less than. Okay. So this is 1 if a is equal to 1. Okay. And this also limit n tends to infinity. A to the power 1 by n is equal to 1 if a is greater than 0, and is equal to 0 if a is equal to 0. This is obvious now. So if a is positive, your base is positive, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. Okay. So whatever this is, what? 1/2 to the power 1 by n now. 1/2 to the power 1 by n, this goes to 1 now. But 1/2 to the power n, this goes to 0 now. This goes to 0. Keep in mind these two. These two are different now here. This is 1 by n and this is n here. Okay. So keep in mind this two. Keep in mind this. Okay. And try to apply this with the proper value of a. Put proper value of a here and do more problems on it now here. So here what? We are not establishing the difficult problems here. Now suppose these sequences we have 1 upon n plus 1, 1 upon n plus 2, dot dot dot, 1 upon n plus 1. Okay. So this is what? This is increasing. This sequence is increasing. This is n plus n, n plus n. This is increasing. This is bounded. This sequence is bounded, and this sequence is convergent. This sequence is convergent. Okay. So this is what? Monotonic increasing sequence. It is bounded sequence. It is convergent sequence. Remember this. How it is convergent, how it is bounded. So we are not bothering about this because we have to pass the objective exam. So so we are not taking it here. So this you have to remember this limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 upon n to the power n is e. So therefore limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 upon n to the power n plus 1. What is the value of this one there? Okay, so we can write this as limit n tends to infinity. So 1 plus 1 upon n to the power n into 1 plus 1 upon n. Okay, so now limit of the product is the product of the limit. So this limit is e, this limit is e, and this is what? 1 plus 0, because 1 upon infinity is 1 plus 0. So this limit is e now. So that means what? This is n plus 1, this limit is also e now. Okay, so remember this. So what is this sequence? Suppose this is what? Minus 1 raised to n now. Okay, what is this? This is minus 1, 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1, and so on. Okay, so that means what? This is alternate sequence. This is what? Alternate sequence. So minus 1. So that means for odd it goes to minus 1, and for even, so it has two limit points. So that means this sequence is not convergent. That means it is oscillates finitely. This oscillates finitely. Okay. So note that there may be two options, maybe options like this. So this sequence is convergent, divergent, something like this. So this is what? Divergent. If there is a divergent, then write divergent. So then this is what? Oscillates and divergent, oscillates and divergent. So oscillates and divergent will be the correct option. Now suppose we have the sequence x is equal to xn is 1, 1 half, 3, 1 by 4, dot 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 dot. Okay. So now for even, so for even, even, so this is 1 upon twice n. For even it is 1 upon twice n. This is what? 1 by 6 suppose. And for odd it is twice n minus 1. It is twice n minus 1. Okay, or twice n minus 1, or it is odd. Instead of that, this is what? Odd. So this is n now. If n is odd means it is 1. For 1 it is 1. For 3 it is 3. For 5 it is 5. Okay. So now this tends to infinity, but this tends to 0. This tends to 0. So that means what? This sequence is not convergent. This sequence is not convergent. And this sequence, note that this sequence is not bounded also. So it has a subsequence which is not bounded. That means it is not a convergent sequence. So this is a divergent sequence. So one thing is also, if you have the sequence like this, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 2, something like this. Again, this is what? For even it is 2, and for it is n now. This is for odd, and for this is even. That means what? Even converges to 2, and odd converges to infinity. Odd converges to infinity. This is not bounded sequence. So the sequence n is not bounded. So if it is an unbounded sequence, unbounded subsequence, then it is not a convergent. So this is not a convergent sequence. Okay. So it is not convergent sequence. One thing is very important, that you should remember this. This is monotone. Subsequence theorem. Monotone subsequence theorem. If we write neatly, this is what? X is equal to xn is a sequence of real numbers, then there is a subsequence. There is a subsequence of x that is monotone. that is monotone. The last word is monotone is very important here. So if monotone is there, then this is monotone subsequence theorem. If monotone word is there, then it is the monotone subsequence theorem. Okay? So this is very easy to remember, this monotone subsequence theorem and this. So don't हे पाठ करायचं नाही, पाठ करायचं नाही अजिबात. काय आता फक्त लॉजिक लावायचं. मोनोटोन दिसलं की मोनोटोन सबसिक्वेन्स थेरम म्हणायचं त्याला. ओके. दुसरा, दिस इज व्हेरी इंपॉर्टंट थेरम, दिस इज आल्सो व्हेरी इंपॉर्टंट थेरम. द बोल्झॅनो वायरक्रास थेरम. Weierstrass theorem. We'll write a statement. A bounded subsequence of real numbers has a convergent subsequence. म्हणजे काय? A bounded subsequence of real numbers has a convergent subsequence. That means suppose this is x is equal to sin n now. X is equal. So this is what? This is the bounded subsequence, because you know the values of sine functions are lies between -1 and 1. So that means this is a bounded. This is bounded. Bounded sequence, not subsequence here. Okay, a bounded sequence of real numbers has convergent subsequence. So this is what? This is what? Bounded sequence. So it has a convergent subsequence. It has a convergent subsequence. Even though you could write here what? Cos of nx also, suppose. Not x. Cos of, suppose n, something like this. Anything n number is what? N pi, suppose like this. N pi. Okay. Something like this. What is this? This is a sequence. This is bounded sequence because lies between -1 and 1 all values. So it has a convergent subsequence. So remember this. So you should remember that Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem along with the statement. This is very important. Limit n tends to infinity. N to the power 1 by n is 1. 1 to the power n by 1. So suppose x is equal to, we discuss now, n minus 1 raised to n now. Okay, what happened for this one now? What is here? If it is -1, that means n is odd, then this is minus n. This is minus n. And if it is even, then this is plus n. Plus n. That means it converges to minus infinity. This is diverges to minus infinity, and this is divergent to infinity. That means this is oscillates infinitely. That means this is a divergent sequence. This is a divergent sequence. It is oscillates infinitely. Okay, this thing you should remember that. So now xn is equal to 1 plus 2 plus dot 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 plus n upon n square. Then this limit is 1/2. Then this limit is 1/2. Limit n tends to infinity. This is the sum of first and natural number upon n square. This limit is this. Okay, so you should remember this. So suppose xn is equal to, just remember this sequence and their convergence and divergence only. Plus 1 upon n square. N belongs to n. Okay. What is this? This sequence is increasing. This sequence is increasing. This sequence is bounded. this sequence is convergent. This sequence is convergent. Okay. So now xn is equal to 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial plus dot 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 plus 1 upon n factorial for all n belongs to n. Okay. This is convergent. This sequence is convergent sequence, whatever it may be. Okay. So even though if this is also there, 1 plus 1 upon 2 factorial plus dot 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 plus 1 upon n minus 1 factorial. These both are the just like as same now here. What term is reduces here? This is also convergent. This is also convergent. Okay. This is also convergent sequence. Okay. So I hope that you understand this chapter. So try to do all the problems like this. Okay. You should remember their convergence and divergence along with the examples. If you do that, so then you can easily face that online exam. No problem for it. Okay. Just remember this. Remember the sequence and their limit. Okay. So also do the problems here. Show that limit is 0. Show that this is okay. Some statement of the theorem. Okay. So some remarks are there. Some notes are there. Okay. So you should remember that. Okay. So go through the book also. So all the points are mentioned here are available in the books also, in the Golden series. Okay. So book Nirali Prakashan Golden series. All these points are also in that book. Okay. So you can refer that book also. Oh, okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you.